Hello, this is Palico Patch and welcome back to another episode of the Curious Expedition. Not with mods this time. I have noticed, I have been told, I have seeked out. That's a terrible way of putting it. Well, I have found out that there is a new update to the Curious Expedition, which is the Russian language update. And with that, the good old people, the good old chaps down over at Maschinen Mensch have unleashed a new explorer in the vanilla game to play, which is no other than bloody Rasputin, the Mad Monk himself. So I thought we'd take it out for a whirl. We'd turn off all mods, ignore what it says about the incompatible mods down there. We'll turn off all mods and just have a nice, good old-fashioned vanilla playthrough with the new character. So let's just crack on, shall we? Oh, the glorious, glorious explorers. It's been a while since I've looked at this gallery of rogues. And here is Grigori Rasputin, a charismatic, wandering mystic with seemingly magical healing powers. He is a preacher, can convince natives to join the trek independent from the current standing towards the locals. And he is also a healer, who is capable of treating wounds, increases health regeneration of all trek members. But it would appear that he starts by himself and with only food, which is quite fitting for the guy. I did pop onto Wikipedia, like I like to do at the start of any official character, and well, I knew that he was reportedly killed several times, and from what I can gather, he just came out of nowhere. He wasn't even Russian officially, I don't think. Don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. But he basically had a religious experience, decided to become a self-proclaimed prophet whilst reading through the religious texts, as it were, and just managed to rub elbows with the right people, which led up to him becoming friends with Nicholas II, which was the last Tsar of Russia, before, in the middle, or I say the middle, towards the end of the First World War, he was poisoned twice by both food and wine, which is a terrible, terrible waste of wine, and then he was shot in the chest, and they all thought, oh, that's it, he's done for. Shot in the chest, he collapsed, boom, left him in the cellar, okie dokie, we'll get rid of the body in a bit. Guy goes down to go retrieve the body to get rid of it. Rasputin springs to life and goes at him. So this guy shits a brick, legs it, and Rasputin follows him towards the palace, to which point they get a bit savvy to this and decide to finish him off properly with a good old shot to the forehead, and then dumped him in the river. Took him to a bridge and dumped him in the river. Well, they don't mess about, the Russians, do they? That's for sure. So, let's crack on, shall we? Grigori Rasputin. Welcome back to the Explorers Club, dear friend. Have you heard that they are building a... What the hell happened there? Have you heard that we are building a statue to honour our most famous member? Word is that you have a good chance of seeing your likeness on that statue. However, I'm afraid to tell you that you are not the only candidate. You and your rivals have 6 expeditions to prove who is the most famous explorer within our club. We're against Freya Stark, Isabella Bird, Harriet Tubman, and H.P. Lovecraft. Now go explore! Adventure awaits. Now, that was all a bit mishmashy. I'm not gonna restart it. The perfectionist in me saying stop the recording, let's start again. But I'm not gonna restart it. This, which is going out on a Sunday, is because I did want to record a series of the Away Team, which is like a choose your own adventure. I did it a couple of years ago. Very interesting game. There's been a big update for it, but I'm having trouble with applying some mods to add certain characters to it. So I thought, let's give this a whirl instead, shall we? Let's do it earlier. I wanted to do this at the end of RimWorld, but this is something which I can pull out once a week, maybe twice a week, no problemos. But the real question is, because I'm just jibber jabbering right now, what do we play? Do we play Expedition or Certain Death? Well, I think considering the way that Rasputin came to an end on this mortal realm, we should probably go for Certain Death, because let's face it, it'd be quite fitting, I feel, quite fitting. And we can go to the treacherous jungle, or we can go to the merciless drylands. Blah, 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 blah. Well, they're both the same, really, aren't they? I suppose we should probably go to the merciless drylands, because we don't have a lot of stuff in general, so that's probably the best place to go. Oh my god, his capacity is terrible. Full of anticipation, I made my way to the docks. The captain had yet to arrive, so I imagined what my visage would look like on the society statue. A trader walked up to me and pleaded for my help. He desired that a message to be delivered to the chief of a local village located in the region we were headed to. I'm adding words, that's fine. I've read it enough times. He handed us a sealed envelope, which I promised to deliver. Oh, okay, let's do this. Expedition 1 of, well, hopefully 6. That flowed quite nicely into that then. Boom. Boom. Let's have a look. After barely surviving one of the most monstrous thunderstorms I've ever witnessed on a ship, one of the crew called Land Ahoy. I was curious to discover what adventures were waiting for me here. It's only me. Look at it. It's like such an empty ship. Such a waste of space. Could I not have got a dinghy? You know, we could have saved a bit of money. Maybe got like an ox or something to come along with us in a much smaller boat. I just think it's overkill. I mean, I'm only carrying 10 cans of food. You know, you could have put those in a shopping bag. But I digress. Let's begin the expedition, I suppose. It might be favourable to deliver the letter first. Thankfully, the man had pinpointed the location of the village on our map. Oh, look, there it is. So we're on a horizontal plane. Let's pop ourselves up onto the hill and have a look around. Oh. Is that an inactive volcano? Yeah, it is. Good times. Right, so I think the way we are going to go about this is if we go to the village... Well, we'll go down to the question mark first, then to the village, then we'll come up north just to make sure we don't miss anything up top. That is the most sensible way of going about it, I think. I came across a stone formation that was obviously man-made. There were inscriptions painted upon each rock. Perhaps they formed a manner of map. So we found the one settlement. Let's have a look at the ruins. Aha! Aha. Are they upset with us yet? Standing of 0. That's alright. That's alright. They'll love me in a minute. We arrived at a native village. We encountered a tribe that were apparently best scouts, or the best scouts known to this region. I could smell that they had just prepared food. The villagers kindly beckoned us over and offered some of their freshly cooked food. Oh, that's just jolly nice of you, thank you. The villagers observed us with caution. They were polite and offered to help our cause. I do like their purple outfits. I'm an off purple, so I think we're going to get on swimmingly. Let's deliver the letter. We brought the letter to the village chief. To reward us, the chief regaled us with stories of the greatest wonders to set eyes on in the region, including a holy shrine, which he marked on our map. Our time with the natives was a delight. They remained friendly and offered us more help. Oh, they love us. They love us. Right, so we're going to have to rest. Do we rest first? We can recruit without penalty. Let's recruit first, just in case. I asked around to see if some of them were enterprising enough to join my cause. A few moments later, I had gathered the interested individuals and needed to decide who to recruit. So, we can have a water buffalo. So we've got Naraf the Scout, who is superstitious. We have Kapoka, the animal handler, who is superstitious. And we have a water buffalo called Mr. Clements. It's got to be the water buffalo. The natives appeared happy to give us one of their animals. We decided to call him Mr. Clements. We felt comfortable in the midst of the overjoyed villagers. Well, of course. So. Let's rest. As darkness fell, the natives lit a campfire and invited us to sit with them. The villagers shared their food with us and we spent an enjoyable evening with them. Lovely. Oh, although they're not too happy about us now. I got a splendid night's rest. The next morning I awoke to the laughter of the natives. An undercurrent of trust was reflected in the natives' mannerisms. They remained very polite and gestured for us to find comfort in their settlement. Oh, well, we'll take more comfort then. As darkness fell, the natives lit a campfire and invited us to sit with them. The villagers were very hospitable and we spent an enjoyable evening with them. Lovely. Lovely. The night was quiet and peaceful. The following morning I woke to face gathered natives. It seems my bedraggled morning appearance intrigued them. Although we were by no means unwelcome, I sensed that the natives were somewhat unsettled by our manner. Let's see if we can get away with it once more. As darkness fell, the natives lit a campfire and invited us to sit with them. The people of the tribe were celebrating the maturation of one of the boys. He looked like a meek little thing, to be honest. He had to hunt dangerous prey. They tried to tease me into participating in the ritual to prove my worth. You know what? I haven't even looked at our dye. What do we have? We have no red dye whatsoever, so we'll have to decline. They placed utmost importance on this exercise and were visibly upset by my choice. That's all right. I've used you as much as I can. Do you have anything worth taking? jewels, I suppose. I mean, we shouldn't need much else, and we're going to need the jewels for next time around. So, 2 meat? I say okay. I settled on a trade with the villagers, and with that we shall leave. I packed up the inventory and headed out. I wondered when I would see humans again. The villagers were glad to see the back of me. The following days I felt that someone or thing was following me out there. Oh dear, being followed. Right, well, we'll hit that shrine on the way back. I think that makes sense. 28. Let's loop around here and see what's at the top of this one region. Nothing. Because of course. Because of course. Alright, well, let's make our way onto here and hopefully see into the next section. Boom shakalak. How much more are they going to be following us for? 38 days? Oh, God. Right, so. Let's go check this out. It's going to be a cave. We approached a cave. The rocky moor seemed to lead deep into the mountain. We needed a torch in order to venture forth safely. I mean, we've got a 50-50 chance. Boom. Why not? Who needed that which mankind had enjoyed since the Stone Age anyway? I lost all sense of time and space as we descended into the cave. Aside from minor bruises from bumping into each other, we made it without a major incident. I cannot tell how long we laboured in the gloom, but eventually we saw a light and endeavoured to reach the source. Oh, we found a concealed opening in one of the walls that seemed to lead into another part of the cave. Only one person could fit into the opening. And it looks like he's not willing to try, so hey-ho. Right. I mean, 20%? We'll have to eat the meat. Eat the meat! It should hopefully give us a good lie of the land. Okay, 24. And then we head south, I guess. Oh, we got a gorilla. We have a gorilla. I mean, let's mount Mr. Clements. I'm sure he'll be fine with that. A temple long forgotten by mankind stood bathed in light before us. Its stone walls were covered with ornate engravings. Grand stairs led up to an enormous doorway. The building was cold to the touch. There must be some scientific explanation for this phenomenon. We arrived at what seemed to be the treasure chamber. We quietly looked around the majestic hall. An altar illuminated with breathtaking ambiance stood atop a plinth. Oh, look at all that gold. We'll take it all. What a glorious day. Oh, look at that. I've reached 100 treasure items. That was exactly what we came for. I stepped into the cold pocket of sorts. I could see my own breath crystallize in the air, and every breath was like tiny needles were being jammed into my nose and throat. Lovely. Lovely. Right, so onwards and indeed upwards. We've got quite a bit of that region left, haven't we? Methinks we're going to struggle. I'm hoping the gorilla doesn't come on to us. Oh, jeez, there's loads left to this. Okay, well, at least we got the camp, I suppose. We entered an old campsite. There were debris of what seemed to be a failed expedition from long before we had stepped foot in this land. The few mortal remains were long rotten. I buried their remains. That's awfully nice of you, Rasputin. This area was marked heavily by animal tracks. Staying here would surely attract some unwanted guests. I was certain there were riches to be found here. We formed small teams and scoured the place. We were delighted to see that one of the corpses was still clinging to valuable equipment. Please be food, or else this is game over. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Do we want that? No, no. As we departed, we became aware that our presence had attracted hungry wildlife. All right. Well, that's fine, because you can't get us from there. I just want a 20% chance of getting madness, if I can. Or even better, or not at all. Oh, lovely. We arrived at a rock overhang. It would serve as a basic shelter against the elements. Guess what we're doing, kids? I settled down for the night. There was an unnatural quietness to the night as we sat and stared into the fire. I had a dreamlike vision of the temple I was seeking. The door was shut and it would hold fast no matter my strength. The only way was to find the keys, and I could somehow sense where to find them. Well, there you go. So there's 2 more places to look at. Might be worth going south first. After days of resting, we prepared to head out again. Despite the looming rock, it had been a pleasant pitch. Let's do it again then. I decided it was enough for today. It was a beautiful night and everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. During the night, I could hear the wind howl against the stone overhang, creating an eerie cacophony. It was as if the land itself was trying to chase me away. Hallucinations. Not good. We prepared for departure. Despite the looming rock, it had been a pleasant pitch. Once more revealing then, I found a convenient camping pitch. It was a warm and starry night. This was truly a quite remarkable land, and we were curious as to what wonders were waiting to be discovered. Got away with that completely, I guess. That was super duper. Alright, so let's go. Just to the bottom, I suppose. Oh, a shaman. We entered an odd-looking hut. The interior was particularly musty, with all manner of dried herbs and other peculiar things hanging from the walls. A native shaman approached us with a wild-eyed stare as he chewed on some leaves. Let's see what you got. As if time was moving slow over him, the shaman got out a box and presented his wares. What you got? Well, we got some cocoa leaves, turn page of portal traversal, turn page of world creation, turn page of water drain, and turn page of dry lands. Arguably, none of those are very useful. So we're not too bothered by those. I mean, the cocoa leaves would be nice, but I don't think I've got anything worth trading for it. No deal. We did not come to an agreement with the shaman, that is for sure. So, oh dear, the hyenas are upon us. So this will hopefully be the pyramid. Tippity top. There is a quick way home. I'm not sure if we're going to survive it. Well, let's do this first. I might have to go back to the overhang. The exotic landscape complemented the extraordinary golden pyramid. There was no one to truly join me in my victory, but I had been successful nonetheless. I knew I could do it. Would I survive the journey back to my ship, I wondered. I don't know. 82. I mean. Well, I was thinking about going across the top. It's doable. It's very doable. I know they're fake because of the hallucinations. That's no bother. I think we do need to lose the hyenas though. So let's get up to the top. Can we get across here? No. 39, 41, 20% madness. Let's get to there, and then we'll eat the tins. I mean, how angry? Oh, they're mega angry. Okay. Right, so travel cost is 64. 100% madness. Can we get away with, you know what, 40% madness? I'm willing to give it a whirl. Bugger. Feeling better now, he says. Bugger. I had reached my tipping point. I was famished and my whole body was trembling. I whispered a farewell to Mr. Clemens before I ended his misery. His flesh tasted peculiar and I felt life coursing through my veins. Okay, right. So we're overburdened. Here's the score. We've just taken a hit from the old insanity. So I believe the next go is a free go. So let's get back to the boat. Look at him go. He's so slow. Or not. These are my last words. My will is broken. We should never have dared to venture out this far. May my words be remembered. Who by you weren't with anyone. Until we meet again in the next life. Grigori Rasputin. Well, bugger. I got a little bit too adventurous there. Anthropology can help you gain more fame and funds on the side. That's great. I didn't have anthropology, but thanks for the tip. I thought I would have been able to get away with that. There was no way we were going to win if we came up against the hyenas. So it was a case of going over the top and risking it all for a biscuit, or not, as the case may be. I thought with a 40% chance we'd be all right. Thought, you know, roll the dice, but hey ho. RNG kicks me in the nuts once again. I will probably give this another go. On hard mode, of course. We'll probably give it one more go and just see how we get on. Because I would like to explore this character a little bit more. But for the time being, thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.